Here, this is really cool. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this.
Oh, freaking sniper mode. Dramatic zoom in.
Yeah, totally. Oh, shooting blanks.
Oh dear. What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. I recently went to the New York Toy Fair and had an opportunity to play with the new Accustrike Raptorstrike. This blaster's coming out in fall of 2017 and it's in the Accustrike line. The Accustrike line is pretty new. The Raptorstrike, if you want a comparison, is pretty much a micro dart shooting Centurion. The form factor is very comparable and it's really big, oversized, kind of sniper class. I shot this blaster at the Toy Fair and while it's not a production model, it worked really well. So it felt smooth. It felt like most other Nerf blasters that you'd buy in a store. So it's not really a super early prototype or anything. That being said, I only had a few minutes to use the blaster at the Toy Fair, so I can't really offer a comprehensive review. Anyways, this blaster is a spring-powered, magazine-fed blaster firing the Accustrike darts, which are of course cross-compatible with Nerf Elite darts as well. It's primed with the side bolt handle like a long shot of Tri-Strike or the Centurion. The magazines it takes are new and it looks kind of cool, but it's just like the new Doomlands magazines as well. They're still cross-compatible with the In-Strike mags. But the miniature clear ones I think just look pretty cool. Some of the features of the blaster, it includes a bipod which is detachable. There's a rail underneath that bipod. And the bipod also has little legs that can extend out, which I think is a cool little feature. Nerf has the Centurion and the Modulus, and we have a few different bipod options, so that's another cool option. And they're continuing the kind of weird form factor of pushing the magazine way far away from the hand grip. A blaster this size, you wouldn't really want the magazine all the way in the back, otherwise that massive faux barrel would slow down your dart, and if you really want to be a super awesome sniper, you don't want that, which is kind of a contradiction, but yeah. Prime weight and smoothness felt fine. It felt similar to the Alpha Hawk, which is also in the Accustrike line. I have a review on that blaster. And the magazine release is in the trigger guard, so when you pull the trigger, you extend your index finger outward to hit that mag release, and that's how you can drop the mag, which it's kind of like the Hyperfire, sort of a little bit. So that's pretty cool. The grip and overall blaster dimensions are very adult-friendly, yet not alienating to a child's hand or body, which is nice to see. It's very comfortable. I realize it's a subjective opinion, but I think this blaster looks really cool. The grip just looks super aggressive. The stock looks awesome. The whole blaster, the whole form factor just looks super cool. When I first pulled the trigger, I kind of half expected it to shoot like a laser beam or something. It just looks like a laser gun. I really like the dimensions of the Accustrike blasters. The stock also has a little slot for a magazine, so you can carry one back there. And the stock just looks super cool. It's not adjustable or anything, so it's solid, fixed. Something of a letdown with the Raptorstrike though. It has this flip up back sight, which I mean, it's pretty cool, but if you look, it doesn't have an In-Strike tactical rail on the top, which I was a little surprised by because the Alpha Hawk has a rail on the top. And the Raptorstrike is supposed to be like even more accurate. Following the themes set forth by past blasters, it would make sense that you'd want to mount an optic or a scope on this blaster. It's going to be like the micro dart sniper rifle. If you don't want to use the Centurion for the Mega, this one's going to be like the go-to in the future because it looks freaking sweet. And that kind of surprised me. Some of the Rebel blasters omit rails intentionally for the form factor, but it has a rail for the bipod on the underneath, and the top wouldn't really change in dimensions. The reps I asked about this did not hint that this was like an early prototype that just did not yet have the rail added, so maybe it was a design decision not to include a rail. I'm not really sure why. I would have liked to see a rail on this one. It'd interfere a little bit with that flip-up thing, but you could totally fit a rail like in between the access door and the flip-up thing, and then also in between the access door and the front sight, so you can just have rails upon rails. Because if you don't put anything on the rail, it doesn't really take up much space and it just looks cool. Yeah, so that's the Accustrike Raptorstrike. The performance seemed acceptable. Again, I can chrono it, range test it, do all of that stuff. When I get a production model, I don't want to draw too many firm conclusions based on this model because it's just a prototype. But it looks super cool, and heck, that stock area, like I'm not sure I would use this blaster just because I don't need something so lengthy, but I really want to hack that stock off and put it onto a different blaster because it just looks cool. The grip itself, the stock unit, the whole back end just looks freaking sweet. But I'll have a full review when I'm able to get one of these blasters in my studio. That's the preview from the New York Toy Fair 2017. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay tactical.